Colin Harrison, the sales manager at RBM of Atlanta, and today we are talking about the newest, latest and greatest from Mercedes-AMG, the GTR. The GTR is the most aggressive car that AMG's come out with in the lineup of all the AMG GTs. So we've got the GT, the GTS, and then this car. Some of the changes that they've made on this car as compared to the other two models, they've come out with the Panamericana grille, which pays homage to the 1952 Panamericana race that Mercedes-Benz won. So the grille gives you 15 lines across the front, north and south. It makes the car look really aggressive. Some of the other features is the active aero in the front. So you get the carbon fiber scoop at the bottom that at 50 miles per hour, it will actually lower. And what that does is that gives you a lower center of gravity and sucks the car down to the ground better for better handling. Some of the other features you'll notice in the front of the car are much more open down at the bottom on both sides. That allows for airflow to come into the car under the hood to keep the engine as cool as possible, because with the 4-liter twin turbo engine and it pumping 577 horsepower, it can get pretty hot in there with that hot V and the turbo sitting in the top there. The car itself is actually a little bit wider. It's more of a wide body look. It's about 1.25 inches wider in the front and a little over 2 inches wider in the rear. This car, unlike the other two GTs that are in production currently, has carbon fiber fenders, which gives it a little bit lighter weight. Also, if you'll notice, it has a carbon fiber roof, again trying to reduce the weight and really make it much more aero and faster. So some of the other things, forged wheels, 19s in the front, 20 in the rear. You'll see some carbon ceramic brakes, which are actually, the rotors are a little larger. They give you obviously much more stopping power and are much better under hard driving. As we move down the side of the car, some of the additional features that are unique to the GTR is some actual ventilation here on the side that basically takes the heat from under the hood and pulls it out the side. You'll also notice a new fin type design here on the side that is again unique to the GTR and something new. This particular car is finished in an exclusive paint, Green Hell Magno, which is only available on the GTR. Also, you can get solar beam unique to the GTR as well, or to the GT series. Some of the other unique features you're going to find on this car is it has 4-wheel steering. So below 62 miles an hour, the wheels will go in the opposite direction in the rear. And then as you crest 62 miles an hour, they actually go in the same direction as the front wheels would be going. And the purpose of that is obviously improved handling. Some other things from underneath the car, the exhaust is actually a titanium exhaust. It comes out the middle of the back of the car. And of course has the button where you can open the flaps and give it a much more aggressive sound, especially when you're in a Sport Plus or a race mode. There's also a carbon fiber torque tube, again, all within mind of reducing weight and as optimal performance as we can possibly have. Inside the cabin of the car, you're going to find a lot of the same luxury features that you find inside the GT and the GTS. But one unique feature on this particular car is the traction control button. And what they've done is they've put this button up here on the dash, and they allow you to have several different settings to where you can basically give the car the ability to loosen up in the rear, so when you step on it, the traction control doesn't kick in right away. Or you can turn it completely off, or there's settings that are in between. So just another new feature, something different that they're doing on the inside of the car. So several other things when we move here to the rear of the car that are unique to the GTR is you'll notice that the carbon fiber wing is fully integrated into the rear of the car here, unlike some of the predecessors such as the SLS, where it was actually a whole piece that they had bolted on. So this is actually fully integrated here. You'll notice a unique GTR badging with the yellow R over here on the side, and then the whole rear diffuser at the bottom with the center exhaust. So a lot of active features, a lot of things going on back here. You'll also notice here a vent right below the Mercedes emblem, which basically allows for air to push out through there and to help keep the rear of the car sucked to the ground as good as possible to maximize grip. In conclusion, I think it's very apparent that Mercedes and AMG has done a fantastic job with this car, and it's going to be a hit once again. So thank you for joining me today. Again, I'm Colin Harrison, the sales manager here at RBM of Atlanta. I look forward to seeing you next time.